everybody. In today's video, we are going to be talking about organizing and getting set up for a full year of Project Life. So I use the Project Life app and I organize everything into folders. So the very first thing you saw me do on there was create a new folder for the year 2024. Then I am going to start adding pages into this folder. So I just created a page and I am naming it. This is the way that I name all of my pages. I will link that below. It keeps them very organized throughout the year, and then when I go to actually print them or put them into an album on Shutterfly, they are already organized for me, and I will type that down below so you can copy paste if you want to use that for your album. So these cards that I'm using are Ali Edwards. They are the Stories by the Year cards. They were formerly available digitally. They are not available anymore, but you can use any kind of title cards. And what I'm going through and doing is I am just writing the week number and then the dates. And every year I kind of do this a little bit differently. I kind of decide what I want to go with, and even at this point, I was doing this back in January or December. Usually do it, in that little lull between Christmas and New Year's where we're just watching Christmas movies and hanging out on the couch. I'm not actually done organizing my whole album for the year. I think I'm through like week, I don't even remember, 40 something. So I still have a few more pages to do, and I'll just go in there and do those whenever I feel like it or when I run out of pages. So I start by preliminarily changing the colors of each of those cards. And I'm using the calendar on my phone to go and look at what the week number is and then what the dates are. I kind of like to do this in my head too and see if I can figure it out and double check. But I, a lot of times, will sit and do this with my calendar out in front of me so that I can double check and not get off by a day. I've done that before, and that's really frustrating to go back and fix. So that's my dog. It's very simple. The formula is very simple, and this just sets me up to have success for the year. The pages are already there. It helps me keep track of where I'm at. It helps me keep track of what pages I have and have not done. I also go in and I add other bonus pages that I know that I want every single year. So I use a pretty straightforward formula every single year. I'm going to have a title page, and that you can see me. I'm going into 2023 and I'm actually looking to see what I did last year. So I always have a title page. It always has the year on it. It also has a picture of each of the kids, and maybe it'll have a picture of all 5 of us, not always. I like to include what our ages are that year. Sometimes I will put on that page all of the places that we visited that year. And then I will do 12 monthly memory pages that feature micro stories, micro memories, and maybe even like highlights of the month, and I use those as chapter dividers. And then on each of those, quarterly, I will use one of those cards. I'm sure you guys have seen me use those before. It's a currently card, and so that's what I'm actually adding into my album right now, or the 4 currently cards, and I just do one each quarter. I fill it out. It's already in there, so it reminds me that it's time to fill one out, and then I put that on my monthly memory pages. The other bonus pages that I put in every year are birthday pages, even for our pets, and I usually write a letter to each of the kids and each of our pets on those. I also include extra pages wherever appropriate. That's why I like having my planner in front of me, but sometimes I'm lazy, so I just do it on my phone and I'll go back to my planner and add in holidays. So not an inclusive list, but we do Valentine's Day, Easter, 4th of July, lots of Halloween pages. We're really into Halloween, so we do like the pumpkins or going to the pumpkin patch. We always have a Halloween party and actual like Halloween. Of course, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. I usually include, if I know that we're going on a vacation, I will include a 2-page spread. That's worth mentioning. Each of my weekly spreads are just one 12 by 12 page. But if there's something extra, then I'll just add in a bonus page like I listed before. Or if we have a vacation, we usually go for a week, and I do a 2-page spread because I have so many photos from vacation. Other bonus pages are any of the kids' extracurricular activities or sports, one per like season or year, and then I usually include my Ali Edwards Day in the Life in with my yearly album, and that's usually about 4 or 5 extra pages. I'll also do the kids' first day of school and last day of school. And for the pages that feature each one of the kids, they have a school years album that I'm just continuously adding to, and they get duplicates of those pages. So they get duplicates of their birthday and duplicates of any of the activities that they're doing, like soccer or cheerleading or violin or swimming or whatever it is that they're doing that in that season of life. At the end of my album, which I don't think I'm going to show you on this video today, I have some pages, some pages that are ready for my Instagram photos. So I take all of the Instagram photos that I post off of my personal Instagram and just pop them in there. There's no caption, it's just the photos. And then I'll do a top 10 to finish out my album. There's a top 10 of the year, and then we also do a page of QR codes that you can scan and watch videos. So I make quarterly videos that are in there, and then I usually have one for the holidays, maybe a birthday video. Usually the birthday videos are on the kids' page because I want those to be in their albums as well. So here I am going to show you now. I am starting to work on just a stock monthly memory page, and I just duplicate this, and then when I get the monthly, I use Ali Edwards Stories by the Month cards for these. So you're gonna look at this all year long, so I just find a kit that I like. I really loved the February kit last year. It was a lot of love story type things, so that's what I used in my 2024 album just as like a placeholder. So I'm going to fill that in with all of these. I changed the background color to remind myself that I like to print these with a different background color. Although recently I've been printing them at home, and so there is no background color. It's just in a pocket page protector rather than a full page 12 by 12 album sleeve. So I am putting those cards in there, and that's just what I'm going to use for every single month. So I'm going to duplicate that 12 times so that it's ready to go, and that's what I'm doing here, and I'll rename it, February, March, April, and so on and so forth, and change the number at the beginning to use that same formula so that it shows up in the correct order in my Dropbox. Once I make these pages, I am really bad about deleting them off my phone. They all live on my phone, but that is not what I depend upon for backup or storage. As soon as I'm done with a page, I actually save it to my Dropbox. So having them named the way that I name them, and that's been a process that has evolved over time, and I really like the way that I name them now. I can easily find pages. I can easily see what month I'm in. So everything is stored on Dropbox, and that's the reason why it is so important to go in and name your albums, because I'm creating all of these. It looks like I'm doing this on the January 1st. I'm not recording this until August. So all of my files are going to show up as if they were created on January 1st, and it's not going to organize them by date, but the way that I label them allows me to see them by date without relying on January 1 of 2024. That also reminds me that you should not rely on Project Life to store all of these very valuable scrapbook pages. Use multiple backups. So I use Dropbox as my main backup, and that has all of my years of scrapbooks organized kind of in this way. Like I said, I've changed it over the years, but this is my preferred way. And then I also upload all of my pages onto Shutterfly and make books. My intent, and I have started doing this slowly, is to print each one of those books in a photo book for my children. They may not want them someday, but at least I have them, and I can give them to each one of them as a gift, maybe as they leave our nest. A few other things that I wanted to mention today are some tips for those of you that are feeling overwhelmed. My number one tip is just to make a page about the previous week. I don't like making a page during the current week. I like to see what all of my options are from the week. So make a page from the previous week and just work your way backwards, because you're going to remember what happened last week way better than you're going to remember what happened last year. So you can record maybe some of those cute things that your kids said, or maybe this like funny thing that you got from a friend on a text message. You can hurry and screenshot it and include it in your page. But start last week and then move to the week before that. I don't always stay current with my scrapbooks, and that is totally okay. I go through seasons where I am really busy and I don't have time to scrapbook, and then I'll go through seasons where I really make it a priority to sit down and capture our family's memories. So please, please, please don't ever feel like you are behind. Just start where you are and look at your photos and imagine that your best friend or your mom or your husband or your loved one, whoever it is that you want to imagine, that you can tell them about the photos that you're looking at, and write that down. Literally, just like think about what you would want people to know about this page and write it down. I love Ali Edwards' advice of to just tell me more. I think of that quite a bit when I'm journaling. The other thing that you can start doing is you can start, and I've done this, I don't do it as much anymore, but write down 3 memories from this month or maybe from this week. Or you can answer some prompts. So the next thing that I have up, the next slide I have to show you is actually some prompts that I commonly use. Feel free to take a screenshot of this page and use it the next time you're sitting down with a scrapbook page. A lot of these are inspired by Ali Edwards and some of the advice that she has given in the past, or just some prompts that she has provided during different projects. These are ones that I come back to time and time again, and if I am just stuck with what do I want to scrapbook about, this is where I'll start. I'll think of a prompt and I will just start using that and looking at the photos that fit that frame. The other thing that you can do is I subscribe to story kits, and so there is always a theme of the month, and sometimes that fits in perfectly with a story that you want to tell for that week. Although story kits are kind of going away, some of the other things that I use are prompts that I find online on Instagram or on Pinterest. Some of them that I've done in the past have been Made in Mojave and I Love It All Shop. They have great prompts that are really like a weekly prompt that just give you some ideas of things that you could scrapbook about everyday life. So I love doing videos like this. If there are any other things that you would like to learn, please ask it in the comments below. As always, follow me on Instagram. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.